As the sun sets over the Valley of the Kings, a deep silence settles, as if the world holds its breath. In this hush, the stories of Egyptian mummies awaken, a whisper, a chill, a riddle carved in stone. We gaze into their still eyes and wonder, who were you? Why try so hard to cheat death? The desert keeps its secrets well. But sometimes, a tomb is opened, sunlight falls on linen-wrapped bodies, and questions rise. Tonight, let us search for the truth behind Egypt's most haunting legacy. If you're fascinated by the mysteries of the ancient world, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more captivating journeys into history. In the heart of Egypt, where the Nile breathes life, people believed in something greater than death. They saw life as a cycle, where each soul could be born again. This faith shaped their rituals and obsession with the afterlife. To Egyptians, the body was a vessel. Without it, the soul would wander, lost. They dried the body with salt and wrapped it in linen, whispering prayers over each layer. The dead were given new names, new faces, and a promise: you will live again. The world outside Egypt knew little of these mysteries until the tombs were opened. In the 18th and 19th centuries, explorers and conquerors came to the Nile. They found the sand-stained coffins, broke the seals, and gazed on faces that had not seen light in millennia. Europe was stunned. The mummies became objects of wonder and fear. They were paraded through drawing rooms and museums. Their bandages were unraveled at wild parties. Stories grew around them, tales of curses, treasures, and lost kingdoms. The West had never seen anything like it. Writers and painters fell in love with Egypt's dead. The mystery of the mummies inspired poems, novels, and operas. They became symbols of a world lost to time, a world where death was not the end, but only a door. The fascination was deep, almost feverish. But with fascination came misunderstanding. The real meaning of mummification was lost behind the spectacle. The true voices of the ancients were drowned out by the echo of foreign feet in sacred tombs. With every new discovery, the legends grew darker. Some whispered that the mummies were protected by ancient curses. Others said that strange deaths followed those who disturbed the tombs. The curse of the pharaohs, reaching out from the grave. The press loved these stories. Reporters spun tales of explorers struck down by mysterious fevers, of artifacts that brought madness and ruin. The truth was often simpler: disease, accidents, or coincidence. But the world believed the myth. It was too delicious to resist. Not all the stories were told in good faith. Tricksters and showmen created their own mummies. They used glue, rags, and bones stolen from poor graves. They sold these fakes to collectors hungry for a piece of Egypt's magic. The line between real and false became blurred. Through shadow and dust, the hoax lived on. Even today, some still claim to possess mummies with magical powers, or to hold the secrets of eternal life. The desert, it seems, has many serpents in the sand. In the golden age of Egyptomania, mummies became more than relics. They became entertainment. Their wrappings were undone on stage, in front of gasping crowds. The scent of ancient resin filled Victorian ballrooms. Strangers stared at the bones of pharaohs. Some mummies suffered worse fates. They were ground into powder and sold as medicine. Artists mixed their dust into paint, believing it held the spirit of Egypt. In America, carnival barkers promised real mummies for a nickel, often displaying frauds or desecrated remains. The dead could not protest. Their resting places were broken, their bodies shipped across oceans. What had once been sacred was now spectacle. The world watched, entranced and horrified. Yet even in this chaos, the mummy held its mystery. No matter how many layers were stripped away, something remained, something untouchable, a presence as old as the Nile itself. Time passed. The world grew wiser, and well, the age of science dawned. Instead of destroying mummies, researchers began to study them. X-rays revealed the bones beneath the linen. CT scans showed the amulets hidden in the heart. Chemical tests uncovered ancient diseases and forgotten diets. Each mummy became a window into the past. Scientists learned how Egyptians lived, what they ate, and what killed them. They found traces of honey, resin, and rare spices. They saw tattoos, scars, and secrets written in flesh and bone. Some discoveries honestly shocked the world. The famous King Tutankhamun was not a mighty warrior, but a sickly boy. The priests who made mummies were not always careful. They sometimes reused coffins or faked inscriptions. The truth was more human, more complex, and, more moving than any legend. Yet for all our knowledge, many questions remain. The greatest secrets still rest in the silence of unopened tombs, waiting for the next seeker to arrive. The world has changed. Where once we tore open tombs, now we pause. We see the mummies not as curiosities, but as people. Each was a son or daughter, a king or a servant. Each deserved respect, not spectacle. Museums have begun to rethink their displays. Some return mummies to Egypt, to be buried again or honored as ancestors. Scientists follow strict rules, treating the dead with care and dignity. The old ways of pillage and display are slowly fading. There is a sense of remorse, a recognition of the harm done. The mummies teach us about life and death, but also about respect for the unknown. They remind us that every culture has its sacred things, its secrets that must be honored. The desert holds its silence once more. And in that silence, we learn to listen with humility, not just curiosity. Even now, the mystery endures. The world cannot look away from the faces of the mummies. Their eyes, closed or staring, seem to hold truths we have forgotten. They ask us questions that have no easy answers. Why do we fear death? Why do we long to preserve what is gone? Each mummy speaks to something deep within us, a hope for eternity, a terror of oblivion. Their stories are our stories. Their quest for immortality is ours too. Books, films, and dreams are filled with their shadows. We still walk through darkened tombs in our imagination. We still listen for the whispers of the priests, the prayers of the mothers, the secrets of the kings. Perhaps the greatest mystery is not what lies within the wrappings, but what lies within our own hearts. The mummies hold up a mirror to our fears, our hopes, and our longing to be remembered. The story of the Egyptian mummies is not over. It is a tale that winds through history like the Nile. Sometimes hidden, sometimes roaring into the light. Each generation rediscovers these ancient dead and asks, "What do you have left to teach us?" There is awe in their silence. There is wisdom in their wounds. The world will keep seeking their secrets, not just in the hope of finding gold or magic, but in the hope of finding ourselves. For in the end, the greatest hoax may be the idea that we can ever truly know the past. The desert keeps some secrets forever. The mummies sleep on, guarding their mysteries, staring out from the darkness with eyes that have seen eternity. We walk away from the tomb, the sand whispering behind us. But the story lingers, heavy and golden in our hearts. Egypt calls us still. Its mummies, half truth, half dream, will haunt us for centuries more.